Well, hello gang, and welcome back to Arcanum. Question is, before we go on this quest, do I want to try and go figure out what these altars want? I'm gonna go to Kree. I've got that bone dagger on me, and I do remember it said it wanted something with bone and steel. There's one in Voradin that I can't remember. There's also, I believe, that one up in Stillwater that we just recently saved from a psychopath. And I don't remember exactly what that one wanted or if I even got something from it. I know I got that lady's blessing for returning it. Jaina, why? I think she actually hit herself that time. Is that even possible? How would you do that, Jaina? I know it acts like a boomerang, but geez. It flies 6 miles out there and then comes back. Apparently. A perfect weapon for frisbee golf. Come on, wolves. You got nothing here. You got absolutely nothing. They're famished now that we wiped out Kree. They came, they ate the bodies of the dead, and now that the brutal barbarian thief marauders are no longer around to torture and kill people, they're not even getting any scraps. I almost feel bad for them. Almost. But then they have to attack me. Oh god, what did... Because we've made an offering to the god Shakar without the protection of Morindal, we received the curse of Alberek the Stone. Oh my god, I'm not accepting that. You can fuck right off with those curses. So... I would need the protection of some other god? You can get fucked, game. You can just go right on out there with your bad self. I'm not getting involved in that then. You know what? I'm done messing around with gods and blessings. I'm curious. So, it did say something at some point about being able to work all of the gods into like one agreement or something. Somebody was working on figuring out the proper order or something like that. That right there could be a 2 or 3 part session for this game where I just go and write down everything I've learned about all of the shrines and then try to hit them in orders and save scum my way to victory. I'm not accepting that curse. I did that other one without getting cursed. I didn't need anyone's protection for that. Where are we going? Game? Sometimes you're horrible about placing me right in the middle of something I don't want to be in. And then other times you just drop me off wherever the fuck you feel like. No landmarks or anything. Maybe I'm supposed to just run through this on foot? Hardin's Pass. Our path is blocked. Is it now? Is it really? Because I definitely don't see any mountains in my way. Are we in the clear yet? No. I'm slightly curious if I can even do this. I figured that there would be mountains everywhere and I would be looking for a narrow little tunnel. Like in the dungeons or whenever we first left the Crash of the Zephyr. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So... where the hell is Hardin's Pass? Right here maybe? Down here perhaps? Is this what I'm looking for? Guarded by fucking polar bears? Because of course it is. The bears know. And the polar bear cubs put up more of a fight than the mama bear. Oh, and we've got woofses, too. Yeah, come get some, jerks. Silverbit, or Shiverbit. Level 12. It's a new one, at the very least. Oh my god, there's so many animals here. I basically need to become an animal whisperer. Come here, you. What I would need here is an invisibility spell, it looks like. 7 damage, how dare you. That was more taking damage from the concussive force of the blow. There ain't no way a polar bear is ripping through my plate mail. Anybody else want some? Kinda figured you did. I'ma kill all the bears. Oh. What is that? A Yeti. Actual Yeti. I never thought we would see one of those. We need to capture one. They make a horrible, horrible sound. I can make it to you. They're level 30. Only 10 damage? Oh my goodness, you hit. Maybe that thing becomes more accurate the further it's thrown. Oh dear. My weapon was damaged. Are you joking me? This thing hit me and damaged my weapon? Don't let it tear you apart, Jaina. Good. It's mad at me. God dang it. Maybe it should tear you apart. Make a bunch of those. Just place it there. 15 of them. Oh my, what are you? A Shiver Beast. Level 10. Yeah, I didn't think you'd provide any challenge. It's entirely possible I could bump into like a level 10 that completely kicks my ass. I admit that it's kind of unlikely at this point, but I don't want to count anything out. A Phrygion, level 25. Hey, more of you. Coexisting with polar bears, yetis, and wolves. I'll let you just saunter over here. Kind of disappointed they don't carry, like, a load of gold around with them. What type of half-assed dragons are you, anyways? There's that level I've been waiting on. Let's go deal with these two. And then I'll dive into the status screen. No caves, no side ventures. So, what do we want? I was pretty sure I need to get this maxed out. So that's Bear Trap. If I get... What is that? Another Phrygion? You are out of your depths, fool. That's right, shit talk them. Especially when they're dead. That's how we truly assert our dominance. You've got pretty good vision. These guys should give great experience. Really? From all the way over there? Okay, so... Who else is acting? Oh no. This thing is acting. I had to turn real-time combat on for a second in order to get out of that loop. Just come over here. You gonna stand there all day, Jaina? What happened to this tree, game? Did the code bugs infest this forest? Are they eating away at all of the trees and stuff? Dang it. And I was trying to click on this because I wanted to see how much experience those gave. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Don't expect those guys to give much, so 3,700 is what we're at right now. 2,000, 3,000 almost. Might be able to get another level before we leave this place. Somewhere hidden in there is an amazing item. But Plump is not going to take the time to pixel hunt. Wait. Magical trap. You telling me that trap didn't get used? Whenever I had to close down that portal game? I should probably just throw it on the ground. I doubt I'm going to... I mean, it doesn't have a damage stat to it that I can see. So it's not like I can use it in a choke point at some time. Like if I went and made bear traps. Or any other type of trap that I have researched. We made it. Moderately encumbered. You know what? Let's read this book. While I'm here and I can remember it. The Last Testament of Krakator. Here are the last of my words. I am in hiding, shunned by the world because of my unbridled power, hunted because they fear what they cannot understand. For 10 years Arcanum has cowered at the mere mention of my name. As well they should. Were I given another 10 years or 1,000, I would rain down death and terror until my dying breath. I would do this because of the torment I was subjected to my whole life. Torment because I was smaller and weaker, and yes, sometimes I was cowardly. And often I was pretty. I thought that said pretty. And often I was petty, disloyal, and perjurious. Every once in a while, and frequently, mind you, I would refuse to pay my debts, and I must admit that I was rarely courteous. Oh, and there were those strange odors. But are these reasons to make someone an outcast? I say not. And so, I went on a journey to exact my revenge on this cruel world. And I found the means to do so. While traveling in northern mountains, I found an old magical scroll. This scroll described a spell of such obvious power that it would not surprise me if it had been hidden away purposely. Arcanum was not ready for such magic. She would be forced to adjust. The spell changed a man into dragon form, giving him all the gifts and powers of that evil beast. But the scroll also required the blood of a dragon. There was only one dragon left in all of Arcanum, the great dragon Bellerogrim, and I was fairly sure he wouldn't be happy about making me a gift of some of his blood. So I stole away to the secret temple of the Darien Ka, and had them make for me the most terrible poison. Yes, the price was high, the damnation of 7 generations of my family, but it was worth it. I had something with which to kill Bellerogrim. Now, I had only to make him eat it. In the end, it was a fairly simple task. I killed a crippled old farmer and stole his prized bull, which I fed well for a month, and then coated with the poison. I led the poor creature to the lair of Bellerogrim, set it loose just outside the cave mouth, and waited. Dragons, when they are hungry, think of little else. Believe me, I know the truth of these things now. The bull was eaten, Bellerogrim returned to his lair for a morning nap, and died quite suddenly. I drew his blood and became Krakator, the most feared and terrible creature in all of the land. And now I am tormented again. Nasrudin and the Elven Council have found me, cornered me here in the lair of Bellerogrim. It smells terrible, as the dragon is still returning to dust, even after 10 years. Why must they attack me? I am outnumbered. This is such an unfair set of circumstances. I have done nothing. Perhaps I can slip out during the night. Well, I don't think he did. So, let me save it here. I think this is episode 51. Hell if I know anymore at this point. And to the forest of Qintarra we go. It's tempting to wander around, see what else I can find. A golden bear, huh? Elves aren't gonna be happy about this. There is a dwarf in our ancestral forest, slaughtering all of the friendly little animals that love us. Trampling all of the grass and the saplings with his dumb dwarven clown feet. Elf villagers suspicious. Get on with it, dwarf. I do not have all day. Greetings, Outlander. Welcome to the elven city of Qintarra. Greetings to you, elf. Listen, dwarf. All are welcome here in this place. Even you. But if you upset even one leaf in the sacred tree city, I will throw you from her walls myself. Are we clear? Good. You may pass. Okay. Good day. I will attempt to not crush any leaves or do anything dumb. I'm gonna guess that's maybe the way down. I don't know what that is. It's not actually a building I can enter. Holy crap, listen to the music. It's almost got some spirit and soul in it, and it's not dreary Victorian-era violins and cellos and strings and dreary bullshit. Oh, there's people in here. A dwarf wizard, what? I did not expect to find one of my dwarven blood here. This is my home. What do you wish of me? What are you doing in Qintarra? What better place to train in the ways of magic? What's Tala? I don't even know what Tala is. You're a mage. That's a bit unusual, isn't it? Well, I have been drawn towards magic for my entire life. Unlike most dwarves, I had no affinity for things of the technological nature. So that's why you moved here. I am under a tutorial agreement to my teacher, Wrath. I am unable to leave until my contract is finished. Okay, and how long is this contract for? My contract runs until the end of Wrath's life. In exchange for training in the magical arts, I agree to serve him. But that bitter old elf can last another 2, possibly 300 years. So why did you agree to such an interminable length of service? Well, no elf wanted to take a dwarf as an apprentice. It was the best offer I could get. It wasn't bad at first when Wrath was simply surly. Over the past 50 years or so, he's become increasingly bitter and difficult to work for. I do not know what I will do if I can't convince him to release me soon. So why don't you just leave? I would never dishonor myself so. The only thing that can release me besides his death is his word. Okay, well, I'm not going to offer to kill him. I don't really consider him a traitor. I admire anybody who searches for knowledge. Maybe I could convince him to release you. Thank you for the offer, but your interference would only serve to anger him, which would lead to greater torment for myself at his hands. Okay. I'm not gonna offer to kill him. Pretty sure that dwarf would not be happy with that. Kill him? Are you joking me? Surely you can't be serious. This whole place reminds me of Kelethin. Anybody in here? No? I feel like you elves are hiding part of your city from me. What's going on over here? This empty wine glass has a strange, pungent odor. I don't know if I should pick this up. I don't really trust it. We see the dead body of Wrath, Jormund's mentor. There seems to be no sign of violence or struggle. Okay. I better not get blamed for this somehow. This is something the elves would do. They would want to be rid of him anyways, and they would see it as perfectly reasonable to frame a dwarf or somebody. Elf guard. Suspicious. Oh, really? I didn't see you here before. What business do you have here? Jormund is under arrest for murder. What, you believe he killed Wrath? Who else could have done it? Elves like us don't kill each other. Besides yourself, he was the only other outsider in Qintarra when the murder occurred. Yeah, does that not make me a suspect as well? I have already spoken with several people who claim to have seen you wandering around during the time the murder must have been committed. Okay, well, how was he killed? We haven't determined that as of yet. At this point, all we know is that we can find no evidence of any injuries from weapons. What about magic? Apparently I'm knowledgeable about it. Quench Life would have done the trick. No, we of Qintarra are acutely attuned to the flows. If any dark necromancy had been used here, we would have felt it. So that only leaves poison, then. I am not at liberty to discuss any more of this case with you. I've revealed far too much already, I fear. Okay, well, can I go in and talk to him at least? Sure, go on in. But don't try anything. I'll be listening out here. Okay, you've returned. I don't believe you killed him because I found evidence. Why do you say that? He must have been killed by poison. There is only one apothecary, Sharp, in Qintarra. If the poison was bought here, he'd have been the one to sell it. I need to speak with him, somehow. Since I am confined to my house, I need someone to help clear my name. Are you interested in helping me out? I'd sooner help an elf trader. Let me spit in his face. Sure, I'll give it a go. I'll give you my prized staff of Zorath for your help, good sir. I have no use for things of magic, honestly. You could keep it. The staff of Zorath could fetch quite a substantial price on the open market for you. Okay, fine. Not really interested in selling it. I'd have to go sell it to some sleazy junk dealer anyways. Prized staff of Zorath, pawned off to a junk dealer on the docks of Tirant. Would probably break his heart. A locked wooden chest. It's tempting me, it's taunting me is what it's doing. Oh, well, this is the rest of the town then, okay. Elf Noble.
You're bothering me. What do you want?
We've never met. Why are you so rude? Oh, shit, you're an elf, that's right.
I'm sorry, but I can't look past your obvious flaws. Please, just leave me alone.
Please forgive me. Might not you make an exception for me?
Yes, I suppose I can overlook your faults for now.
What
is it that you want of me?
I'm simply curious who you are, you striking elven lady, you.
My name is very old and very long. Perhaps it would be best if you simply called me Raven.
Interesting. Do you have a moment?
Of course.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly. How can I help you?
I apparently need to speak to the Silver Lady.
The Silver Lady? Oh, you mean my mother. That's quite a request, and one not so easily granted.
Well, believe me, Raven, she's gonna want to speak with me.
That might very well be. But forgive me if I don't let a strange dwarf walk right in and converse with my mother. She may be our queen, but I oversee the daily matters here in Qintarra.
Okay. How can I convince you of the urgency of my quest?
You'll have your chance. Forgive me if I seem a little abrupt, but I've many things on my mind today, and there's much to be done. Once I've taken care of some of the more pressing matters, I'll talk with you about your needs.
Maybe I could be of service?
I'm not sure. You are a dwarf, after all. I'm making no judgments about you as an individual, but elves and dwarves do not always see eye to eye.
Well, your manners are a testament to why that is so.
My manners and your opinion of them are of little importance in comparison with the safety of this village, stranger. If you've a problem with that, you're more than welcome to leave.
Yeah, let me just continue to threaten her. Are you sure I can't help?
There is a group of humans camped about a day's journey from here. We know not what they want, but where humans go, trouble usually follows.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
The place they are camped at is called Falcon's Egg, and it is considered a holy place for the elves of Qintarra. We would like you to find out why the humans are there and remove them.
Okay, I'll do it.
Splendid. Are you sure you understand what needs to be done? There are a few things that are very important that you know.
Okay, I do have a few questions then.
Of course.
What
would you like to know?
What sort of place is it?
Falcon's Egg, as I told you, is elven holy ground. Many years ago there was an elven queen, and her name was Falcon. She was out hunting one day and with her bow shot a stag. When she had caught up with it, it was lying next to a pool of water, slowly bleeding from a wound in its side.
Raven's voice is melodic, her hands gesture, creating the scene. So what happened?
The stag spoke to her, and within it were the spirits of the elves who had become the soul of the stag, and with her arrow she had pierced both it and them. And they were both sad and afraid, as the stag's life was their own, and when it died, so would they.
So what did Falcon do?
She could do nothing. She sat with the stag's head in her arms, sang its stories, and washed its wound with her tears. And the ache in her heart grew as the old elven voices faded, grew so much that when they finally passed, she passed with them.
That is a very sad story.
Of course. What would you like to know?
So, how should these humans be removed?
It doesn't matter to me how you remove them, but you must understand this. Under no circumstances are you to shed blood on that ground. The spirits there exact their price, and you do not want to pay it. Do you understand? Do not raise your hand against another.
All clear on that.
Of course. What would you like to know?
I don't have any skill in persuasion, so that might be difficult. How do I get to Falcon's Ache?
It's not far from here. I'll mark your map with the location.
Thanks, I'll be back when it's done. Passage. I wonder what would happen if I just tried to, like, barge my way into there. Kill every elf in town. I do not associate with dwarfs. Calm down, elven scum. Many are those who come to the trees of Qintarra, but none whose very presence disagrees with me so. Away with you! Can we rise above these petty grievances? Yes, reason is always the better path to take. Forgive my words, friend. Even we elves are not without our weaker moments, of course. I have a very long name, but you may call me Aluminum. Aluminum, okay. What do you do here? I'm a craftsman, good sir. I work with wood and metal to create objects of magic, weapons and talismans, the occasional piece of decorative jewelry. We all play our part here in Qintarra, and that is mine. Okay, where do you get your metal from? Well, I've many suppliers. We trade often in Stillwater when the need arises. But just lately, I've run out of mithril. If you know anything about the metal, you'll know that it's rare. I'm having trouble finding a new source, and many of my objects are incomplete without it. Okay. See, this is the dumb question. Mithril? Why not use regular metals like iron, durr? Well, little dwarf, who apparently is stupid, mithril is a very special kind of metal. It's very light and very strong, but its most interesting properties are in respect to magic. Although it's not inherently magical, mithril is very conducive to magic, and holding magical spells. There's nothing quite like it. Okay, and where could I find some? The only place I know where you might find mithril is in the caves of the Will Clan. Only there do they still mine it, and I know they have it in abundance. Where are the caves of the Will Clan? Seriously? Perhaps I could assist you in obtaining more. Yes. I'd be very grateful for your help. If you can find the caves of the Will Clan and bring me back some mithril, then I would be willing to give you one of my crafted bows. It said there are no better in Qintarra. Okay, I'm not gonna do it, because I'm not giving up mithril to an elf for a freaking bow. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. If you are able to refrain from acting on some of your more repulsive tendencies, I might be able to stomach your presence. I can't control tendency to cause you severe wounds. Urge to kill rising. I'll try my best. I'm looking for a guy named Sharp, though. Sharp was called out of the village suddenly. I am his wife. Can I help you with anything? I need to ask him about a poison. We show her the glass. Yes, I recognize it. Very distinctive color, a very distinctive odor. Well, do you sell that type of poison here? Yes, we do. I don't know if we have any at the moment, though. Okay, well, the poison in that glass killed Wrath. Did you know him? Wrath is dead? By the gods! Just what can you tell me about him? We had a history. The three of us were friends long ago, but he became angry when Sharp and I began living together. Who killed him? That dwarven student of his? Why are all of you elves racist? Why did he become angry when you began living together?
He said it was offensive and damaging to the village for us to carry on like humans, as he put it.
So... he felt you were violating elven customs.
I believe that he was actually jealous. Sharp and him fought often, in later years.
Do you think Sharp hated Wrath enough to murder him?
It was the other way around, actually. I think Wrath became a bit unbalanced. Of course, we all know that elves do not have it in them to wantonly murder each other over things like jealousy.
Anyone can be pushed to murder, but I have a feeling the bottom one is always, let's end this conversation, and the top one is, let's continue the plot. Could Sharp have poisoned Wrath to protect you?
If he had felt I was in danger, I believe he would do anything to protect me, even sacrifice himself. But as I said, elves would never even think of killing one another. We take a wider view of things, as you know. We're more enlightened. This life is only one that elves exist in. When we die, we go to another level. So what purpose would murder serve?
But you yourself said that Wrath was unbalanced.
This is disturbing me. I don't wish to speak about it anymore.
It's because Sharp is guilty, isn't he?
I would think you to leave my store now.
You're finished talking to me when I say you are, harlot. Wonderful. Am I gonna have to come back and be a complete asshole to her? I'm in their home city. I don't really feel like I can just be a pushy asshole. Like, say, in Toronto or something. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Whenever we come back, we'll continue to investigate the murder of Wrath.